But they're like, we are good friends.
Yeah, all the French people were like, ew, Poutine? You're disgusting.
God.
Put gravy on your French fries? Get out of here. Cheese curds? You're gross.
Ew, that just sounds gross.
Oh, that does sound awful.
Apparently, it's amazing.
But anything with curds in it doesn't sound appetizing. Dude, I had some curds yesterday to die for. Curdalicious.
Hello everybody, welcome to Savepoint, where we talk about video games and topics that you send to us through the Twitter, YouTube, and Tumblr. My name's Nick Rubio.
My name's Ryan Shepard.
And I'm Michael Anthony Torres. One word.
He's a special guest today.
Yeah, look at him. Look how special he is.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
And it's hashtag Savepoint, by the way.
Yes.
We left that part out.
And at Underinspired Games, or at UIG.
No, just at _inspired. But don't even worry about that. If you use hashtag Savepoint, I'll find it. I'll find it, man.
He will.
I'm on that shit every day.
He's the master of the Twitter.
So, we have a bowl now for the topics, because you guys sent us a shitload of topics this time, more than usual, so, you know, why not have a bowl? Can you even see this? Let's put it back here where you can see the bowl. Alright, here, you're guest of honor, pick a topic for us. Reach in there.
Oh, I'm gonna just elbow deep, just get in there. Alright, the first topic is from Imo Pector?
Pector, yep.
Pector? Killing it, man.
Gotta be Latin.
Yeah.
Killing it. The topic is nudity in games.
Oh. What about it? Like, nudity
no,
in games.
just that. Nudity in games.
I guess, like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
It's appreciated here and there. I mean...
I don't see anything wrong with it.
I don't see anything. I think that a game is just as much an art form as any other medium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if something calls for nudity, or if nudity is expected, or it's handled tastefully, there's no problem. I mean, I'm not rushing out to go buy the Guy Game or Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure Suit Larry!
Magna Cum Laude.
I'm sorry, you bought Grand Theft Auto 5 because you wanted to go to the strip club.
That was
No,
it.
I bought Grand Theft
And
Auto
golf.
5 for the full frontal male nudity.
No, it's funny because what you said is pretty much exactly what I said when we were asked about gratuitous violence in games.
As much as it calls for.
It's basically like, if it fits the story, if it makes sense, then yeah, sure, go ahead. I mean, we have rating systems for that reason. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah. I mean,
If it's there to tell a story, I mean, like, Dante's Inferno, for, Christ's sake.
Exactly, that's because Dante's
Lost,
Inferno.
you needed to hit Lost, I mean...
Exactly. In Dante's Inferno, you had this weird thing where it's a violent game and there's nudity, but it's in that biblical context where in the if you really read the Bible, if you really look at that kind
it's
of stuff,
all tits.
it's all, there's a bunch
Smiting.
of naked people are getting smote and raped and killed.
There's
and
a
it's-
lot of anal in the Bible.
There's
As
a lot of-
anti-anal as it is, there's a lot of it. Like,
There's a lot of
angel,
stuff.
A lot of angel raping.
There's some
angel raping?
Yeah, that's how Sodom got, wiped off the map.
Oh,
Story for-
because they came in the form of man, right? There was two of them, and they're like, take them out so we may know them in the ass.
Yeah.
And
it
then
gets
Sodom got
real.
Can you think of a game where there really was just unnecessary nudity? Like, that didn't need to be
Leisure
there.
Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude.
But that was the whole preface of the game, bro.
I mean, God of War, you didn't need it in God of War, but they did it to be edgy.
I think God of War is almost like the HBO series of video games. You know what I mean? Where it's like, all right, well, we gotta have a sex scene in every episode.
Have you not seen the
But I mean,
video?
it was
It's not
Grease,
porn.
but it
it's
was-
HBO.
Yes, I love that video too because I didn't even see it coming until the very end.
You know,
Good phrasing.
pun intended.
But, it was Grease. Come on, they were all naked. They all had, thin veils, and they were all...
Dude, I'm sorry. I would love to live in that society. I mean, minus all the slavery and shit. But I mean, at least they But you know what? As bad as slavery is, at least they slaved indiscriminately.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would just
No,
oh,
they
you're a
took
slave, you're a
everybody.
slave.
They took
I
everybody.
mean,
It wasn't racist.
Minus the slavery and the not living past 40 thing.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
But do you really want to live past 40?
I don't know.
It gets rough from there.
I mean, I wouldn't want to just
Gravity
because.
starts taking over.
No, just because it's Mediterranean food, and I can't deal with all the cucumbers and olives.
Oh, God.
Other than that.
The oil.
I would just love to see what their society is like because they were so obsessed with physical perfection that apparently people would just be working out in the street, and I can't even imagine that.
We live in the South. We live in America. There are already people working out on the streets. Have you not been to Miami?
I have.
There's just people rollerblading and lifting weights.
And then you run them over with your car.
And I know it sounds horrible, but that is my father lives in Miami. I see that way too many times for it to just be a niche thing with one guy doing it. This is a sect of people who are jazzercising on rollerblades down the streets.
It's the cult.
If only we could get like a whole league of like competitive sports, but everything's on rollerblades. Like actually, I'd rather do like a UFC on rollerblades.
Oh no!
Can you imagine that? But I want to see like
Suplex,
stick sparring on rollerblades. It would be beautiful.
Oh god, the Gatorade.
Death.
That's some real Gatorade.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one. You know, how about that? Let me see what this one is here. Nope. Nope.
You have to read it.
You want me to read it? Okay. You know, I'm sorry, but we can't do this. It's is it Hillian?
Yeah, Hellion Descent.
Hillian Descent said,
On the top.
I'd have a better... Okay, blah, blah. I'm assuming it's gaming type stuff. Who'd have guessed?
Yeah.
Have a top 40 Sega Genesis discussion. If I knew 40 Sega Genesis games, maybe. But the time it would take.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
That's a. You're asking us to buy multiple SD cards.
Maximum Carnage. Spider-Man. I've never played a Spider-Man game I didn't like.
Echo the Dolphin. Junior.
Jurassic Park, the one where you got to play as Alan Grant and the Velociraptor.
I'm sorry, Altered Beast. Even though fucking you haven't heard it and you know that it sounds.
I played some Aladdin game, like I told you. That was boss.
That was a
awesome.
great Aladdin game.
I had like, as I was a young boy, and I remember it was my brother playing, and I had anxiety because there's this one scene where like you're riding on the magic carpet, and it's like an escape scene. And
Yeah, and when you first get the magic carpet and Abu takes the friggin' gem off the thing. And yeah, the thing tries to eat
Alright, let's do another one. Go.
Bastards.
Yes, we love you, you're not bastards.
Not
Except for you, Jimmy. You fucker. We're just like, I'm gonna go on there and like we're gonna lose one subscriber. I'm like, was that Jimmy?
One dislike.
Fucking Jimmy.
Alright, Dumpster Gameplay from the Twitter.
Dump gameplay.
At Dump Gameplay.
Yeah.
Asked us, you guys gonna talk about what happened to TotalBiscuit's Day 1 Gary incident video?
Oh,
and,
shit.
I was corrected by my friend here, so I'm gonna correct you. His name is the Cynical Brit.
Right. TotalBiscuit is
their network.
Yeah, is their is the name on YouTube. But yeah, I mean,
Total shitstorm. I saw you showed me that, and you were.
Well, I don't
talking
know
about
if you
it.
guys saw, but a few hours ago they recanted and they let out a press statement and apologized to him.
Really?
Yes.
yeah, but I mean, it's such a because they had to.
Exactly.
It was all. It's like okay,
The
I'm sorry.
backlash on it.
Exactly. For a game that's already getting bad reviews from some company I've never heard of,
Yeah.
you can't afford to have the public dislike you with such fervent anger that they cause.
1 million views on the video in 2 days. He posted it yesterday, and you know what? They should. I'm sorry, that company should fold.
That's 1 million people who are not going to buy that game.
I'm sorry. The funniest part about it was the fact that they funded their own Kickstarter.
Did you hear about that?
He paid $10,000. He pledged to his own game, and then after it, it's just bloop. They even lost $1,000.
No, it shows me that they are shitty and underhanded. Because one, they made it off as to make it seem as though a lot of people were funding them when they were putting in lots of amounts of money for themselves to try to build confidence on nothing. And then they did a copyright claim against this guy to get his video off. And if no one bitched, they wouldn't have ever apologized.
No.
They were gonna. I mean, the fact that the guy came out and defended himself on the forum. Did I miss something?
No.
Google being Google.
So Chromecast is a great option. It's only $30 and you can get it at Best Buy.
Can we get like a kitty? Like technical difficulty?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say put a kitty on the screen. Like
I
if
love
we have
that.
like green screen technology.
Yeah,
cat
like
gif.
yeah.
That would be
It's a
awesome.
looping cat
Have you ever
gif.
been on Procatinator? I showed you that, right? Procatinator?
No, you haven't.
Oh my, it is so amazing. Procatinator is a website where it loops a GIF of a cat and it plays music. And there's like one that's like Beastie Boys, and I think that's my favorite one. It's 3 cats like the Beastie Boys, and it's like it almost seems like they're singing Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Intergalactic
Beautiful.
planetary. All right,
Oh, I thought you were
back
gonna
from
put the cats up.
back from the
But
intermission.
anyway, you know what? They deserve to go down for that because it's bullshit.
No, because they're using laws that were put in archaic laws. First of all, that were put in place to protect companies from people misusing their stuff. And that's okay if they didn't already give him express permission to use their shit.
And the public in general.
Yeah! They're like, and the fact that they only took down his video, I mean, come on! Like, dude, you're making yourself look like shit.
And this weird blanket copyright policy, you heard how Sega used it, right?
Yeah.
To basically boost their search ranking, they took down like 17th, like
There's a whole bunch of
lot of people. They took down their videos so their video would go up higher, and all they had to say is copyright. And the thing is, it's happened to us before where we had a video rejected for monetization. It wasn't taken down or anything, but it was rejected for monetization, and all we did was talk about Call of Duty in the video.
That was
really?
GTA.
Yeah. Was it?
It was
no,
G-
it was called. No, not Call of Duty. I'm sorry, you're right. It was GTA. It was GTA.
Yeah, we
And-
talked about GTA for not even 5 minutes.
And because they use
Who filed the copyright?
No one
Actually,
did.
too.
It's because
YouTube checks.
the thing is their own companies can have a thing that goes through, and basically it's a blanket system where they search, and if there's a content that seems like it might be using their material, their content, they automatically do it. And the thing is I realize that YouTube is such a fucking huge production that it's really hard for them to do things in a case-by-case basis, and they'll give you the option to review it. Like, you can submit a claim and be like, hey, this isn't breaking copyright laws, but again, it's going to take them such a long time to review every claim.
And plus it's a mark against your,
Yeah, the three-strike system is the most screwed up part of it. Like, that's probably like my biggest fear is like, if someone were to do the same thing and do a fraudulent claim against us, and we get that strike, 2 more, and then bam, it's gone. It's all gone!
We need to
move
to Mexico and change our identity.
I mean, of course, unless you get that struck off, but I imagine you don't just say, hey, no, it's all good, and then they just take that strike up. I imagine that is also a process.
I think you have to be in a network, because the networks are the ones that have the resources to do that.
You need to like file
And we're not a part of a
complaint to
network.
them and lawyers and shit. But I really hope
I'll
somebody.
be your lawyer. I'll lawyer up.
Yeah,
lawyer up.
I
I watched so much Franklin and Bash.
You know, I thought you were gonna reference How I Met Your Mother, because when you say lawyer up, I think of Barney Stinson.
Do you mean Marshall Erickson, who's the lawyer, environmental law?
But he was also a lawyer.
No.
Barney wasn't a lawyer.
Barney's job is never discussed at all in the show.
They don't say what he does. I just assumed that they work at the same place.
They work at the same company, but whenever people ask, he always replies with, please.
What?
It's like Archer, and like every time somebody asks like what date it is, and he's like, what year is it?
And they just brush it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is weird. I don't know. Do you feel like we adequately covered that? It's fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I'd love to talk about it, watch the video and he covers all the talking points.
He pretty much just. We'll link to his original video where you can watch it.
They really do need to take this stuff to court though, because these laws are archaic and things have changed so much since they were implemented that things need to be updated. You can't just leave laws the same way. I mean, that's why there's like that one law, and you can't eat ice cream. If you're a woman, you can't eat ice cream out in public past Sunday.
But I will say this: as fucked up as what they did is, they probably did loads for his channel.
Yeah,
he got so many views for them being idiots.
He was the top story on Kotaku yesterday.
Oh, I'm sure. I was like, I mean, deep down, he must have been like, thank you. You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
It's like when you get in the car accident.
He got 2 million views on a video about his video that was monetized being taken down, but I'm assuming, I don't remember, but I'm assuming that the video about it was monetized.
No, he was, but he donated all that money to the
Electronic Defense Fund?
Yeah.
He just made a bunch of money for charity. So now he's an angel.
We have time for one more.
You just did that one. I'm gonna do one. How about that?
We toss it in the air.
Toss it in the air? I said, show me something. Never mind. You know what? Honestly, I think you're the only one who's played any of these. So.
I don't know. You know who's Suda51?
I mean, I know who he is. Very eccentric gentleman.
Yes.
But I've never played any of his games.
Volleyball Chainsaw?
I really wanted to play Killer 7. That game looks really cool. You remember that Killer 7 game? Yeah. Where it's like, somehow it's the same person. And no, it's a GameCube game. And like, there's like an old man.
Yeah, they're all like split personalities at the same
somehow
guy.
It's the same person. I don't know. We'll save this one for later. I'll play some games and maybe we'll do it. Oh god. Alright, fine. That's our good friend Rar again.
Okay.
Rar in Spooky Space now. He has a Halloween-themed name on Tumblr now. How about you sexy dudes talk about the whole faux retro stuff? People recreating the old feel of games with new technology.
Like Minecraft?
You know what I think a really good example is do you know Evoland?
No.
Okay, so it's actually a really cool premise. I don't have the game, but the way it works is that Evoland is like an homage to like every RPG game ever. And the way it works is you start the game and it's 8-bit and it's black and white. It looks like the original Pokemon games. And then you'll find a chest, and it's like the chest is like, you found 12 colors, and then it adds color to the game. And then like, you know, you'll find a chest like, you found third dimension, and then the game becomes 3D. And
It actually sounds amazing.
it is really cool, and the implementation is great.
You're a genius. That is a stroke of creative genius.
And at one point, it plays like a turn-based, like Final Fantasy style, like the old ones where you have the menus and everything. Like it's such a cool idea for a game.
See, like I feel like going back to these old games, it's kind of like the movie industry where it's a lot of game developers and stuff are like, hey, it's happening in the movie industry and people are eating that shit up. So why don't we just rehash some old video game styles that people love? People love nostalgia. Nostalgia gamers are a really big market.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not rehashing if you're using it to do something new with it.
I mean, I feel like it depends. It depends on the previous product and the circumstances surrounding it. Like, to go back to the movie analogy, if you go back now and watch the original King Kong that was made like 1921, you're not like, wow, Faye Darrow, this is a masterpiece of filmmaking. My God, but the remake, as much as some people are iffy about it, is still an entertaining piece of cinema. So it depends if going back doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, if you go back and it improves upon what was already done in a smart and respectful way. I think the best example of that is XCOM.
Yes.
Where I didn't play the original XCOM when it was originally released, but I played it right before XCOM Enemy Unknown came out, and I remember thinking, wow, I'm a full-grown man, and this is super complicated and unintuitive. But when XCOM Enemy Unknown came out, I still felt like I was playing the game I was just struggling with for hours, but now I was understanding the most basic of things.
Right.
And it brought it to, a new generation to be adored for what it originally stood for. The new product stands for the exact same thing that the old product stands for, just in a different light to a different generation.
You know what? I got one for you that you should have mentioned because you wrote a fucking review about it. Fez.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it, because Fez uses old technology in 2D, and it kind of turns it on its head by using a very intuitive system.
Yep.
Have you played it at all?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Fez. Fez makes me sad.
Well, because there won't be a Fez 2?
Yes!
Well,
Phil
maybe,
Fish, you're an asshole.
maybe he should, I don't know, never go on the internet for anything ever, if that's the situation.
Like if you're gonna, how about he gives up the internet and just works on his project and let someone else do it?
I don't think he understands the internet.
Did you see any of the movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he fucking had a meltdown. It was awesome.
If I were to post on the internet that my favorite flavor of ice cream is cookies and cream, which it is, I'm sure there's someone
First of
out
all,
there.
your mother's a slut.
Yeah, there's someone out there who's gonna threaten to kill me and threaten to rape my mother and say, yo, bro, I was in the military, you're so done.
My dad made vanilla ice cream for 40 years in a sweatshop.
And you're gonna bastardize it with cookies?
Your mother tastes like cookies and cream.
Exactly.
That's my favorite
That is
kind.
what the internet is. That is what internet anonymity, for better or for worse, that's what it entails.
If I had 70% of my brain removed, I'd have a better flavor of ice cream in mine.
Exactly.
But yeah, he took the Kickstarter money, fuck everybody, and then ducked.
Wait, we already know how I feel about Kickstarters. Let's not even talk about
Well,
it.
you know what? There is good things that have come out of Kickstarter.
They're
How do you feel about the Mighty Number 9?
I think that's an interesting thing, especially because I know there's the market for Mega Man. I know the market for Mega Man exists.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between like if he could really find someone to back him traditionally. I don't know. What do you think about the one with Zach Braff or whatever, where he I don't even know what he raised money for. He was doing a new film. Have you seen it?
I know what you're talking about, and I feel it's a different situation because as a Hollywood actor, someone like Zach Braff, who was on Scrubs, probably made $70,000 an episode.
Do you think so?
Easily made $70,000 an episode, $60,000 an episode.
He's gonna watch. He's gonna watch. It was 55, asshole.
He was in. I'm actually watching that show now on Netflix. Just to go back to it, he made 180 episodes. of that TV show. He made Garden State, which was very...
Did he direct Garden State?
I think he did direct Garden State, which did well to my knowledge and was well liked by critics. I thought
Garden State was popular among critics, but it didn't actually get.
It got that. I'm sure they made their money back in DVD sales.
Yeah,
but it's not like he doesn't have the money. Where if you see a developer like Cliff Bleszinski or Keiji Inafune, they're the big stars of video games. But ultimately, they make a salary. They don't make a Hollywood producer or Hollywood actor money.
They just have the reputation.
They just have They just have their reputation and that the celebrity game status that comes with that gives you the impression of absorbent richness.
Right.
Which in reality it's not. They're very well off, but they're not
another problem.
rich.
Another problem with it is too is you brought up Cliffy B. He on Twitter he tweeted something was basically like, a lot of people say make a new Gears game, do this, do that, and he's like, people don't realize that that's the property of 2K games.
Yeah,
or is it 2K games?
It's Epic.
It's Epic.
Epic. I'm sorry. Do not lance me through the heart. It's Epic. I don't know why I said 2K games.
Fucking what's his name? Fucking Bioshock guy.
Ken Levine.
Ken Levine comes through and spears you through the heart.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that shit. But yeah, like he doesn't. So it's like, okay, well, if you want to make money, why don't you just make a new game in your series because you know everyone would buy it? Well, they don't actually own that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you think
he's just the director?
Why do you think the gentleman who's making the Mighty Number 9 is making the Mighty Number 9 as opposed to another Mega Man? Because as much as he made Mega Man's not his.
Like Cliffy B starts a new project and it's called Cogs of Vengeance or something like that. That sounds like a good game. I play Cogs of Vengeance.
Yeah.
It's actually a clock building
simulator. The
simulator.
saw on the end of the gun is not a chainsaw. It's like a skill saw. Just a little tiny point.
Or it's like it's one
it
of those.
says DeWalt on the side of it. Ryobi.
Have you ever seen the they're like halberd chainsaw things for yard maintenance, where it's a pole with a little chainsaw in it.
I have one of those. Yes.
Dude, those things are gnarly.
Exactly.
Generalizing
I use it to trim my trees.
Well, you could fuck somebody up with that.
Generalizing 2, you made like a Darth Maul version of that.
That should have been a weapon for Keelik in Soul Calibur. That was my dude. I remember I played Soul Calibur 2 and I played Keelik and he had one weapon that was a staff.
He is my man. Keelik in Soul Calibur 2.
I don't know. He had a staff that was as long as the stage. I used to play it where I would start a match, it'd be a timed round and I'd have 60 boop, boop, and then off the map. Cause the staff is so big.
Ring out.
Boop, boop. Vega was awesome too.
I ever tell you what happened to me at the end of Soul Calibur 2? I always played as Keelik, and at the very end it was the last boss, and I couldn't beat him. I tried 10 times, and then it didn't work. So I then systematically tried to play with every single other character, and I couldn't beat him. Played as Keelik again, and beat him on the first try. It's what is that? Is there anything that's ever happened to you?
I've done that with Dead or Alive 4, that weird blue clone of that one ninja girl who's the final boss.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, it's complete cheating. It's ridiculous. Whoever coded that, whoever made that, you guys are fakes. I hate you.
Phonies.
You spent so much time on the jiggle physics.
Exactly. And I went back and I played through it as everybody. I was like, oh, maybe Hayate or I don't know, Jan Lee and all these characters, and finally I got back around to her and I just nailed it. Just destroyed her.
I did that in Mortal Kombat. But
Lee is the best. He's the best. Lee's the best. Isn't his name Lee? Jan Lee. Jan Lee's the Bruce Lee clone with the blowout with the flat top. Dude, my favorite move is that move where he goes sideways and he just puts his fist up. That's I don't know. Fighting him is so annoying. I'm shut the fuck up with your whoop I fucking hate you. But then playing as him, I'm whoop
But I did that in Mortal Kombat. But you know how they had the ladder system?
Yeah.
I'd get halfway and die or fuck up or get to the last one, and then I'd be like, I can't play this character anymore. He's dead to me.
You know, I'm not really
dead to me.
I'm not really good at fighters like that because honestly, I don't have the patience to learn combos, so I just button mash when I play those. I'm notorious button masher.
My smoke combo in the most recent Mortal Kombat, sick nasty.
Whew. All right. Well,
do you want to do we have time for another one? I
just rapid fire. What's left?
Yeah, we could rapid fire one more.
Do it. You pick one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that?
Oh, this is a good one to end on, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
This is from Silver Art Online on Tumblr, and it's favorite game mascots and what happened to them i.e. Crash Bandicoot, Bug, Awesome Possum, Bubsy Bobcat.
What happened to them? Like
I feel like we can make a sad montage of
no. It would be. I feel like it's like almost like a high school reunion. Or actually, I pictured like a rehab thing where they're all sitting together, like.
No, the high school reunion one's good.
Yeah.
Where like a handful of them actually achieve the dreams they set out in high school.
Spyro's covered in gold.
Everyone else, I'm a night manager at Dairy Queen.
Yeah, like what if like Crash Bandicoot was to meet like Jack from Jack and Daxter, like his spiritually his replacement, right?
Yes.
So like that would be awkward. Like Crash Bandicoot's like, so I don't know what happened. I didn't get any more games. You know anything about that, Mr. Jack over there? Your fucking ugly hair and your stupid little
You don't
rat
even
thing.
talk. And then he turns purple and like evil and rips his head off.
God. You know, I think like what are the new game mascots? Because you think Spyro, you think Crash,
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake.
Do you think he's really a? Well, no, they use him on a lot of promotions.
Nathan Drake and Kratos for
Master
Kratos.
Chief.
And
Master Chief is like
the Big Daddy,
and Mario is still
Big Daddy.
Like
you really think? You think Big Daddy is mascot level?
I think he is.
For the 2K brand as a publisher,
Okay.
I think that's definitely their most iconic.
I would say-
visually.
Did you say Sam Fisher? Did someone say Sam Fisher?
No.
I think he would be.
He, if we're talking Xbox One, if we're talking like Chaos Theory days, I think those two at that time inseparable and running off.
Hitman. I mean, he's kind of
Hitman, but
Agent
then again, that was
47,
like last generation. when they were at
Hitman's
the
kind of
heat.
getting old, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he's not.
Ooh,
I don't know if you played
Songbird.
Songbird. Oh yeah.
Songbird.
Songbird right here.
The only reason I remember that is because I saw that. You can't really say any of the.
God, you're gonna fucking kill me with all those cobwebs, man.
You can't really say like any of the Assassin's Creed characters
Because they always change.
Yeah, they
them.
always change them.
I mean, the only one who doesn't change is a poorly written character named Desmond Miles. That nobody
you know,
likes.
except for recently, unmentionable reasons.
Yeah.
In the head. No, I'm just kidding. Game mascots. I'm trying to think of. I'm like looking around your room for inspiration.
Okay, Deeple on the
Diablo? Could you say Diablo is?
No, because Diablo, the name, yes, but the character
Yeah.
changed. No, the character changed many times over
He
there.
did.
If you played the third one, you know what I'm talking about.
Like
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
third
spoil-
one. In the third
I'm
one.
not going to spoil it for you.
In the third. Wait, are we not talking?
No, we're not. 'Cause
Okay.
he hasn't played it yet, and some people might have not.
For me,
Kane.
he was another good early PlayStation era.
No, when you said Kane, I thought you meant like Kane and Lynch. I'm like, no.
We're talking about good games.
Oh shit.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't remember the name of this to save my life, but I remember this character got a few games, like maybe 2 or 3, back on the PlayStation 1, and he was a devil. He was a little purple devil. And, like, you know, it was one of those, like, it was a platformer, it was very cute, very cartoony.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And that was, like, his thing. And it was, like, ghosts and goblins and demons and all these things. They were all the villains, but he was, like, some good demon. And he was purple and he had, like, wings and he could fly. And I remember my cousins had it, and I was like, whoa. This is video games.
Maximo?
This is video games. This is games.
You remember Maximo?
What's Maximo?
The one
Yes.
and he wore the boxers.
Yes.
Yes.
That was
Maximo.
That was such a good
Lost on me.
PlayStation 2 game.
I'm trying to figure out who you're talking about. Like, Damon.
And I don't even know how to begin to find that.
Rayman. I would say Rayman.
Rayman, he's still very relevant. Mario.
Well, I just figured Mario went without saying. You know.
Rayman was
Link.
Ubisoft's character. They were Ubisoft. That was Ubisoft's
I remember
ticket.
hating the original Rayman game, but I played it all the time.
The eyeball from Neversoft.
That
I was really? You think so? I meant that like as a joke.
No, you could play as him in a Tony Hawk game.
Can you really?
I remember that. I remember that.
I remember
Yes.
sailing on the ship as him. Like, remember the big cruise ship that you could skate on and jump?
And it's a human body and just a big eyeball for the head.
You know, Tony Hawk, all those Pro Skater games were games I enjoyed but could not play.
Rumble
I
Fish.
sucked at those.
From Time Splitters 2.
Lost on me.
Gone.
Shepard.
Oh yeah, Commander Shepard. But but Shepard as just Shepard because there's the male and female, so.
Wait,
I don't
it's
know.
just the idea of Shepard.
No, here's like you say the idea of Shepard as a character, but from what I have been able to gather,
FemShep is.
FemShep has the significantly more serious fan base. Like,
Yeah, no,
She
it
also,
does.
she also has better, like.
I guess
and
it's
I've
gonna
heard,
be
I've, heard, I've
acting.
heard her lines are way better. They're
Yeah.
delivered better and they're written better. I would know because I played
I've
as
seen all this
generic
stuff too,
John
yeah.
Shepard, no different face.
I just played as Ryan Shepard because that's my name. So I was like, every time someone would say Shepard, I'm like, that's me, that's me. Most like
He talked to Rex just to hear his
shameless
name.
self-gratification playing Mass
He
Effect.
talked to Rex just to hear his name.
That was
I was the same way during
Shepard.
Grand Theft Auto. I was like, me, Michael, I got you. They're talking to me.
Michael, why'd you
We're
kill
both
that
fat.
whore?
We're both fat and out of shape. It's like we are. I am Michael.
Why'd you kill that whore, Michael?
Right?
Stop shooting rockets in my house!
You prick.
Alright, send off. Hey, we should ask a question because we're supposed to do that. Favorite game mascot? I don't know.
Yeah, what is your favorite game mascot from any series ever, from NES, Pong to now?
the paddle from Pong. Game mask. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna do that now. Let's go to a game convention and I'm just gonna dress like in a white block. I'm the paddle from Pong. I'm gender swapped paddle from Pong.
Rule 63 Pong. That's a great thing to go as a family. A mother and father, and then the baby is the ball.
No,
The
because
little Pong
then some madman dressed as
is gonna
Pac-Man.
try to.
Pac-Man's gonna come. He's like, I will devour you, small child, Alice.
I went somewhere else. I was assuming someone was gonna try to hit your kid, like bounce your kid off you or something.
Well, you must be good at catching your kid. I only assume.
Somebody
Those
dressed
are
up as Hannah
both-
Montana tries to mount the kid and just ride it into
Wrecking
you.
ball.
Those are
God.
all horrible things to happen.
Are there any good construction games? like not like a world builder, like a hard world builder where you have to use tools. Like you gotta dig up the property first and
You
you
have to dig up
bulldozer.
Surgeon Simulator, I mean.
Why is that I-beam over there?
Surgeon Simulator is the closest thing I can.
All
You
right,
don't you don't have the permits. This is residential.
I want a foreman simulator. Someone make that game, and
That
you have to
light
like
socket,
manage your
that light
workers.
socket is not 2 inches from that floorboard.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is not up
what
to code.
What gauge wire is this? No. We can't use Chinese drywall. Take it all back.
And it's 100% real time.
Real time. So you do have to sit for like 7 hours, wait for the guys to come back from a run.
3 months later,
That's
your
when you
first
get-
house is
That's
built.
when
I
you
can
get,
feel the
that's when-
asbestos in my skin.
That's when you get the bonus, and when they come back, you get to yell them like, "We're on a time constraint here."
And like you'll have like, you know how in Forza they have like, oh, this happened so you got this. Like you got a sponsorship because you did good in this race. It would be like, oh, you lost your contract because you were using Chinese drywall. You can like try to like
Okay.
take shortcuts and get away with it.
Hold on. I want to say that there is a game that I can play while I'm at work at GameStop, and it's a GameStop simulator.
No.
You are the manager of a store, and it's RPG. You get to level
Do you just
your stats
abuse
up.
yourself for catharsis?
You get to
Like,
level-
yeah, fuck you, John.
You get to level yourself up, pick who you work with, and you have to tend to the customers, and we can play while we work.
Shouldn't you guys be tending to the customers?
It was funny because I had my manager who was there.
My virtual numbers are golden. Like I don't have any reserves this month, but my virtual numbers are through the roof.
I'm sorry. Thanks for sitting in with
Yeah,
us.
thanks for watching. Yeah, tell us your favorite game mascots and then dispute it violently in the comments.
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
tell Michael how much you love his cookies and cream.
Cookies, Edie's cookies and cream. I need to be clear on that. Bluebell, disgusting. Briars, no.
Now the Briars and
Cookies
Bluebell
and
fanboys are
cream.
gonna attack us.
Okay. Here's my claim. Okay. Briar's cookies and cream. The vanilla is not a rich, full-flavored vanilla. So that's like the most important part. Now, Bluebell, which is like super fancy, they don't even use a cookie in cookies and cream. It's like this chocolate.
It's like Cookie Crisp cookies or something.
No, it's like
Next
it's
on
like
under-inspired
fudge.
foods.
It's
Let's
like
open a food channel.
I'm down. It's like a fudge, but like a flaky, not delicious fudge.
Oh, do you have a notepad? Do you like write down like?
I'm a connoisseur of fine cookies and creams.
Alright, thank you for joining us, I guess. My name's Ryan Shepard, if you forgot.
I'm Nick Rubio.
And I'm Michael Anthony Torres.
One word.
Yeah, one word.